Excuse me, Mr., Mrs., he, she, they, them, then, it's bar person. Please could I have a glass of Coca-Cola with a nice glittery metal straw, half a pint, but in a pint glass of cider, and a little stubby glass of Camden Hills. Thank you very much. Nice. Was that a cheeky little bit of ABBA?
It was a cheeky little bit of ABBA.
That is very nice.
Played it first try, no mishaps.
That is lovely.
How do I lock this?
Very
Pierce
nice
Brosnan, just close the
indeed.
lid, mate.
Now, welcome back to episode
What's 9 plus 10?
21.
21. Episode 21. We are
Episode
21
21.
weeks old. Welcome. Last week, you thoroughly enjoyed a bloopers reel behind the scenes bit of footage that we
Yeah,
hoped
how
would
was your
never
silent
make
disco,
the
mate?
internet. Very good, mate. Very
Was it?
silent.
A lot of this on the floors.
A lot of yeah, it's weird when you take headphones off and everyone's just scuffing around to
Yeah.
different songs. It's
crazy.
Channels. Very strange. My name's Tom.
My name's Dan.
Oh fuck.
Who are you? Who are you?
Who am I?
Who are you going to be this week?
And I've completely run out of Teddy Fresh clothing, and therefore I'm
He
wearing a windbreaker that I stole from my friend who lives in Cheltenham, Joseph Benham.
Shout out Joseph Benham's friend who lives in Cheltenham.
Yeah,
who
shout out
swapped
Lizzie.
that windbreak for an item of Teddy Fresh clothing.
Yeah.
You've disappointed us.
I know who got the better end of that bargain.
Damn right.
For Joe's
me,
friend,
this
that was...
windbreak
It's
is
a
fucking
nice
solid.
windbreak,
Yeah.
but it's not Teddy Fresh.
No. And
So-
for Joe's
but-
friend, that was the greatest
But
trade deal in the history of trade
she's
deals.
taken a hoodie that I don't wear particularly often, so it's
But
not
you needed
that
it for
big
the
of a problem.
podcast.
No, I didn't. I've already worn it on here.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Bin it,
I've-
burn it.
I've gone through
Cheers
everything.
to spent Teddy Fresh clothing. Now, today isn't just our 21st.
Okay.
It's also National Calendar Adjustment Day. 1 minute.
Lovely.
There we go. It's adjusted. Moving on. Have you got any news for us?
I do have some news. Did anyone recognise the jingle?
We did. It was ABBA,
did.
of course.
What song was it by ABBA?
Waterloo.
Yeah.
The song didn't actually matter, I suppose. I just wanted to
Why
know
did
if you
you
knew.
ask us?
Because my news, Tom,
Oh.
is that ABBA are releasing their first studio album in 39
Wow.
years.
Wow. Are they going to be as rusty as you were?
I got it first time. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
I
4 takes
played
later.
it
Next
first.
time you watch the outtakes, guys, tune in for that.
I played it first try, guys.
You did. Well done, ABBA. It's about time. They've all skint. They've spent up and they need some more money.
They do.
Yeah, they do.
Back on tour.
One could say they're calling in an SOS.
Oh, no. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, my God. Oh, no. I would like to take that opportunity to move us swiftly on to some more news. And it starts with the 3 words of "in the States," which we know it's going to be horrific now. There's been multiple reports of patients in hospitals who have required medical support after being hospitalized, after self-medicating a medication called ivermectin. Okay, now this is a medication which is an antiparasitic drug that farmers use to treat horses and cows. And people in the States, a country that is only 52% vaccinated, have been using it to try and vaccinate themselves against COVID.
Including Joe Rogan. I don't know
Yes.
if you've seen. This is
One
how
of them.
half of it's kicked off. He's put a video on today, or within the last couple of days anyway. He's contracted COVID and rattled off about 5 different medicines that the doctors are giving him. One of which is this
An
that they use to, like you say, to
antiparasitic.
like de-lice and stuff.
Now,
It's-
the FDA have actually had to put a foot in the door and actually step in.
That's what FDA stands for, Foot in the Door Association.
Foot Door Association. And they have tweeted, "You are not a horse. You are not a cow. Seriously, y'all, stop it." Like, come on.
Did they say
It's
that?
quite
Did they
funny
say
that
that
in
to people who
2020
abuse ketamine?
Possibly.
It's quite funny that in 2021, there's a government agency trying to stop you from identifying as something.
Are the FDA a government agency? I thought they were totally separate.
I thought they were a government
Foot
agency.
Door Association. They're more involved in hinges than governments.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Aren't they the federal
Well, more
department or something?
more door stoppers actually, aren't they?
Door stops, hinges,
Door-
doorknobs, and
door snots.
sometimes, occasionally, a small window.
Yeah, and the little rubber things that you put on your wall so your door doesn't swing into your skirting board.
Yeah, and them. Oh, and also only in winter periods, draft excluders.
You should always have a draft
A little
excluder.
sausage you put behind your door.
There you go. If you get a draft
just about to say this.
excluder posted to your house, get it posted through your letterbox,
Drop them.
falls down, it starts paying for itself straight away.
Honestly. I
Thank
think
you, James Acaster.
it pays for itself the moment it's posted through your door.
It does.
Brilliant.
That's true.
Right,
Very
well.
true. I actually do have some. No, the unfurl as they come down. I have some other news. This is a bit more serious actually. Legitimately serious.
All right, serious face.
I don't know if anyone's seen this, but Texas has just passed a bill which would make it illegal for women to get an abortion after 6 weeks.
What?
Bear in mind, I read a tweet that said
They're so backwards.
so some women on birth control, like IUDs can fail. And you wouldn't notice that you're pregnant until 8 weeks or longer.
So they're doing it that purposely so that then
I don't. Well, Texas are a very backward state as far as I'm concerned when it comes to stuff like this. So
Texas are about. Bear in mind, the states are pretty behind on a lot of their legislation. Texas are about 60 years behind that.
Texas one day are going to get internet and they will get access to the news and they'll read something that's happened 20 years ago in Texas and be like, oh my God, guys, have you seen what we've just done today?
This is a great idea. Let's get this right.
Texas does have internet because I have a snap streak with my friend's dad who lives in Texas.
It's dial up. Mum, get off the phone. I want to use the internet.
Yeah. That's more like Alabama. That's not really Texas.
I don't care. They're all the same.
They're all the same.
Just south.
Yeah. Fair enough. Alabama's not really south, though, is it? It's more East Coast, Alabama. It's close to the East Coast. It's central.
Welcome to Geography with Tom and Joe.
I've been playing this game.
The more you know.
I've been playing this game on addictinggames.com called 50 States, and you have to place this.
And his
States
PC is
started
riddled with
started on
viruses.
Friends.
I'm so shit at it.
Started on Friends, and Joey mentioned 56 states.
56 states.
Little Friends fact there for you.
I live in a state.
Do you?
Yeah.
I'm always in a state.
I live in a state of constant depression. There we go.
All right, we're back. Joe went to the toilet again. How long were you in there that time?
Mate, I tell you what, I've been drinking a lot of water at the moment.
You were sobbing for a while.
No, I wasn't. I was pissing.
It sounded like sobbing.
Oh, do you know what it was?
What?
I was pissing and I thought, it won't end because of the amount of water I've been drinking. So I was crying because of how long it was taking me to
25 minutes.
empty my bladder.
Did you think the tears you might then be pissing from two different areas and it'll finish quicker?
Yeah, exactly, because
Dan and I have been sat here for 25 minutes.
Because pee is stored in the balls.
Charming. Well, very quickly, before we move on, I've got one last piece of news.
Please give it us.
Bit of comedic news for you.
Yes, please. That'd be nice.
So Amazon make these TV shows called All or Nothing. They document a sports team. They've done it on Manchester City, Tottenham Hotspur, a load of American football teams as well.
Yes.
And the next one they're doing is on Arsenal.
Okay.
Which...
So they're just calling the show Nothing.
Well, I keep saying it's more nothing than it is all. Mm-hmm. But if you go on IMDb... And open up it did indeed, and open up the all.
I didn't know that.
It was, and it was actually one of the very first websites on the internet as well.
Right.
What?
Yeah.
That's
Save
crazy.
that for another week.
That's a little. I was today years old. We'll link back to that.
Oh.
If you go on the show's IMDb page and read the description, this is the genuine description. I took a screenshot from the IMDb website.
Read away.
In Amazon's third installment of All or Nothing, we uncover the pathetic downfall of North London's second biggest club. No European football, no faith, just vibes. Now, I don't know if it's been changed since, but on Monday, so only 3 days ago, that's what it was. And I
reckon they probably changed since. That's brilliant. I'm glad you captured that moment. I'm very pleased with that. Very pleased indeed.
Did somebody say I was today years old?
I did mention I was today years old, just briefly. So maybe we should segue away on.
I've got a couple of hours today years old.
Oh, lovely. Please deliver them in a nice vocal sentence to us. Thank you.
I certainly will.
What other sentence? Never mind.
There's a fly. Thank you.
You missed it.
And they're all film related as well.
Yes!
I know like a bit of film on this.
I've got one based on films. IMDb was started in Stockholm.
So did you know the first Captain America shield was actually made up of a load of Nokia 3320s? No, I'm joking. That's not the actual. That's not one of my hours today.
Make sense, though.
So the
It was
first
the Nokia
one.
110s.
Yeah, it was.
Have we all seen the Star Wars films, specifically the Revenge of the Sith film?
Yeah.
Yes.
The Obi-Wan Kenobi versus Anakin Skywalker lightsaber duel.
Yep, famous.
Is still the longest lasting sword fight in cinema history.
Really?
Really.
It does go on a long time.
It does.
I feel like it can't be topped.
We'll weave our content in between the sound bites.
Is that the Jewel? Wait, isn't that?
It's the one where
that's the Phantom Menace one. That's Jewel of the Fates.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Tom.
Sorry, I got the wrong score. My apologies.
Yeah, honestly,
Won't happen again.
God. Yeah, because
Was it 3-2 instead of 2-2?
Yeah.
Wrong score.
I don't think it can be topped. Quite frankly, that's one of the greatest fight scenes in
I think if there was
cinema
any
history.
other franchise of film that was ever going to have some sort of dueling, whether it be a
Fast and
lightsaber sword
Furious.
fight, it would never get the same gravitas.
No.
It would never be as satisfying because lightsabers were first of their kind. And
Have you seen the behind the scenes? I'll start that again.
Yes, I have seen the behind the scenes.
Have you seen the behind the scenes for that fight? It's not stunt guys. It is genuinely Hayden Christensen
they
and
practiced it for
Ewan
for a
McGregor
long
to do
time.
that. Yeah.
It's fascinating.
mental.
It's pretty mad. To be honest.
Back in the day when actors actually had to learn things in order to actually perform their role. Now it's just CGI.
And my second film-related
You have another film I was today years old.
I told you I had a couple.
You did.
Your mind will be blown on this one.
It better I'd be, otherwise I'm going to have a little bit of a kick off.
In cinema,
You got a football?
Yeah, five-a-side.
That's just a whistle.
in movies, they remove the headrest from cars when filming inside the car, so you can see the actors clearly.
Yeah, we knew that one.
Oh.
Sorry, mate. Do you know what? I'm actually really happy because that is the first time there has been an I was today years old that wasn't said by me that everybody else in the room already
That
knew.
reminds me of a really cool music
Thank
video
you.
idea I had. This is actually a little bit depressing.
Oh, lovely.
Subway Surfers.
Yes.
The game.
Great game.
Yeah.
Brilliant game. Addicting.
I was today years old when I found out that the creator of Subway Surfers made the game in memory of his son who died while skating on a train track.
Oh.
It's a bit depressing, isn't it? And now to lighten the mood.
Wow. Wow.
So that's a dangerous thing to do anyway. And what he's thought is,
Let's make a
I'm
game
going to
that
get
encourages
everyone to
people to
do
do
that
that.
on a game.
Yeah, fuck you, guy who created Subway Surfers. Anyway.
No shout out. Well, shout out. No shout out. Half shout out to Subway Surfers CEO.
Confused
Now
shout
we move on to something a bit more fun.
Yes, please.
California has a bigger population than Canada.
What? Just the state of California?
Yeah.
I mean, Canada's a very large place, but I mean, well, it looks large on a map.
Yeah,
it's, not
it's
actually
mostly
that big
like
because
not
it's just the
inhabited,
scale of the map has been made bigger.
This-
But also,
It's fisheye, isn't it? It's fisheye.
It is fisheye. Yeah, it's flat Earth, you know. It just goes around the edge. But
No, that's Antarctica.
oh, sorry, that is Antarctica. And then you fall off after that. But
No, don't you? Just
there is a
walk
lot
under.
of it that is just forest and wilderness.
Yeah,
and lakes. And
This is something Lizzie was saying to me over the weekend, right? She was like,
Shout out,
"Oh,
Lizzie.
Russia's the biggest country in the world, right?" I was like, "Yeah, but most of it's uninhabited.
yeah,
Like most of it isn't urbanized at
Siberian
all. Most
desert.
of it's just desert, literally."
Yeah.
Because she's Russian or some shit like that. I don't know. I
Russian,
don't really pay attention. She's just tuned out.
yeah.
When we speak, Joe ignores.
Yeah. No, just Russian people, really.
All right.
Well, on that note, I would like to send us into Is It Just Me That Wonders?
Whoa.
Whoa, here we go.
I feel like we've teleported.
And my first one is very similar to Joe's phobia of listening to women. Was that if women are never wrong,
I don't have a phobia of listening to women. Carry on.
cool. If women are never wrong, what happens when two women have a different opinion?
The world implodes.
No, so you see, this is I can explain this.
Okay. Is this going to be able to stay in the podcast?
Yeah, absolutely.
I
So
hope so.
I am never wrong. Okay.
Okay.
I can't help having amazingly good takes on literally everything there is to have an opinion about and being correct every single time. I just can't help it. So
Right,
sorry
yeah.
about that, guys. However, someone said to me the other day, they said, "What happens if you change your opinion?"
Mm-hmm.
Because, it's been known to happen. It's rare, but it happens.
The universe updates.
We plugs itself in.
We step into a new timeline.
It updates and it starts a little bar that goes from 0 to 100%.
No, but I was asked what
75% of download complete, and it stays on 75% for a long time.
Yeah, it's just a spinning wheel, and then how long is it going to get stuck at 75, and then suddenly it's at 100?
Yeah.
So they said, what happens if you change your opinion? I said, well, you see, what I said is, someone said they disagreed with me about something. I was correct, because I'm always correct, but in this case, non-joking,
this guy's
I was legitimately correct.
Okay.
And I said,
for once.
Yeah.
He agreed.
Anyway,
carry on.
So I basically just said, I'm not going to entertain this conversation any longer. You agree with me, you just haven't realised it yet. And therefore, I'm not going to entertain the conversation. And they came up to me later and they were like, actually, yeah, you were right about that. So I've decided that if I ever change my opinion about anything, I always had the right opinion. I just hadn't realised it yet.
This doesn't answer Tom's question.
Oh, it does, right? So basically,
this is just Joe blowing smoke up his arse.
And
he's not right.
No,
all the time.
if two women have a disagreement, I nearly went women and air quoted women, and because I don't use air quotes correctly anyway. But if two women have a disagreement, both of them are actually, why did I say all that?
Yeah, we don't know. Well, Dan, what do you think?
My head's fried.
So I'm always right. No, I'm joking.
Shut up.
Yeah. Why I had a disagreement in stereo then.
Yeah.
So if women are always right,
call him Travis Scott.
Well, I think the first thing is women aren't always right.
They're not.
And this is where the issue. This is where this conversation breaks down.
It's just me copying things
wonders.
off of the internet to make good podcast material.
But I'd like to think that the universe would just stop.
Women are always right.
If women are always right and two women have a different opinion, that someone will travel in a Volvo at speed of light, turn the headlights on, and the world will implode.
Yeah. Women are always right if you disregard all the times when they're completely wrong.
Correct.
Well, that could apply to anything.
Yeah. No, it couldn't.
Now, my second Is It Just Me That Wonders that I would like to grace upon your ears and listening bones this
You don't listen with your bones, you listen with your eardrums.
Don't you have a bone inside you?
What did I go to uni for? Anyway, carry on.
I don't know. And it is just a small wonder, but wouldn't it be ironic to die in the living room?
Yeah. Wouldn't it be ironic to get a girl pregnant on a pull-out couch?
Wow. Brilliant. I bet there's a lot of would it be ironic. We should maybe make a new section.
Amanda, if you're watching this, I'm really sorry about getting you pregnant on that pull-out couch. Okay. I know Tyson is 4 now, and I know I've not been... I know I need to go to the bathroom again.
Right. Joe's always been right about this situation. He's only just realised it.
Child support.
Only just realised it. But it's a little bit mind-blowing, isn't it?
Wouldn't it be ironic to get killed by being hit by an ambulance?
That would be ironic, but it's the right vehicle to be hit by, because if they do hit you, at least the ambulance has arrived on scene straight away.
Yeah,
here we go. Here's an Is It Just Me That Wonders off the back of that. If an ambulance is transporting a patient to a hospital, hits someone, runs them over while it's on the way, what does it do? Does it carry on to get the other patient to the hospital, or does it stop?
Depending on the qualification of the attendees, if the driver is also a qualified paramedic and not just an ENT, they will get out and they will attend to the person they've hit, whilst the person in the back of the ambulance deals with the one that they've got, and will also radio for a second.
I was going to say they'd radio for someone else to come and deal with the person they've just hit.
I just like the image in my head of an ambulance.
I'm just going, sorry, we've already got someone. See you later. We're full, mate.
We're full.
Sorry, mate, we're full. It's like COVID buses. Like, they've gone straight past.
Thumb out and it just goes past and you go, right,
takes the thumb off it,
lay on the floor like.
Yeah, I think that'd be quite funny.
A little sign that says ambulance, please.
Has anyone else got anything they'd like to share with the group?
I've got a mind-blowing anecdote.
Have you?
All right. Okay.
Would you like to share it with us now?
No, I'll share it in a moment.
Okay.
No worries.
Moment's passed. So,
that was nice and quick.
I was bowling the other week.
We all know you like to bowl.
Yeah. So I went with 2 of my friends that I used to work with. Mm-hmm. And
shout out friends that Joe used to work with.
The lady,
2 of them.
Yeah.
2 friends.
Double shout out.
Times 2.
Shout out Sam and Vivian.
Shout out Sam and
Vivian. So, I was getting a drink from the bar.
What were you getting?
I get a bottle of Coke Zero.
Oh, it's expensive in a glass bottle.
They're
£2.50.
£2.50.
Yeah, it's a glass bottle. You pay for the sturdiness.
I prefer drinking from the bottle.
It's because it's bad form to go around telling people you're affluent, so you just walk around with glass bottles of Coke instead.
Fair enough.
Okay, you're going to have to explain what that word means.
Affluent.
Oh,
wealthy.
Rich. Yeah, of course. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, the ice on my chains normally tells people anyway. So literal ice. I take it out of the freezer before I go. Cool. So I saw basically the fridge door is see-through, and there was a bottle leaning
transparent for anyone in the science industry.
Glass is another word.
Oh, it doesn't have to be glass.
Carry on.
Plastic can be see-through.
Please carry on.
Anyway, there was a bottle leaning against the door. And I was stood there, and I turned to Sam and Vivian, and I go, how's she going to get this out of the fridge without it falling? Mm-hmm. Little did I know, there was a second door.
Oh!
No, when I tell you, I legitimately went into like a 2-minute like meltdown of, oh my God. Like, she opened this second door, and I just was like, whoa. It's like, there's a second door. At the bar for 2 minutes, Sam and Viv were pissing themselves. Robin, who's the girl behind the bar, she was pissing herself at me. I was like, this isn't funny. It's like, I just had this moment.
Did you just open the second door and reach around and grab it?
Yeah, right. But because I was
have you ever, surely in your life, you have stood at a bar and you've looked behind at the fridges full of those soft drinks that you like to delight yourself with and seen that a lot of them are double doors.
But I just hadn't noticed that there was a second door.
Some of them are sliding doors. You could slide it all the way until you get to the bottle.
I didn't see the second door, Tom.
Joe had too much concern for the person behind the bar. If I saw a glass bottle leaning against the door and thought it was going to drop when they opened the door, I'd be like, Tom, come here.
We would prepare.
Just come and watch this.
We would prepare our ways.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
We would be like
warming up your hands.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that to anyone in there.
Peak.
I wouldn't do that to anyone in there. Because they are like me.
Because you're a regular.
Yeah. I wouldn't do that.
Because they go, right, get the barriers down. Joe's coming.
Well, I decide if the barriers go up or down, don't I?
Don't care.
By my voice. Raise the parapets, and it comes up. And then I go, lower the parapets, and they go back down.
Is that what they're called?
No, it's... You won't understand the reference.
Anyway,
it was a waste of
We're
reference.
on the topic of bars.
We are. I like bars. I love bars. Bars are my favourite. Chocolate bars, pub bars, pull-up bars.
I've got a funny joke for you about bars, actually. A man walks into a bar.
He said, ouch.
Yep. Okay, fine. I've got a second one. A dyslexic man walks into a bar.
He said, he said, ciao.
No, actually, I have a fun story. So, my friend Alex,
your friend, shout out Alex,
went into the bar with a piece of tarmac under his arm.
Said, "Can I have a pint and one for the road, please?"
That was
not
at all the punchline.
That was
no, you told it completely wrong.
But it's the right idea.
The barman says, "What do you want?" He says, 2 drinks, please. 1 for me and 1 for the road.
It's the same thing.
No, it's the same thing. He just shortened it for you.
You delivered it wrong.
Don't care. Go on.
Delivered it completely.
Yeah,
wrong.
talking about bars.
I got a drink. That's the problem.
Yeah, I like a snack.
I do like a snack.
I like a snack when I'm at the bar.
And I'm very peckish. I haven't eaten. Can you? Is it a 7-Up?
No, this is not the snack. We're just waiting for the snack to
What's
appear.
this 7-Up for? This is not alcoholic, and it's on your side of the table. What's going on?
Designated driver.
Do you know what? I've had this 7-Up here. My mum once sent me to the shop, and she said, "Can you pick up 6 lemonades?" And I did. I went to the shop, and I found there wasn't any lemonade, so I came back and said, "Sorry, Mum, I couldn't get 6 lemonade. I only went and picked up 7-Up."
You picked up 7-Up. You picked 7-Up.
I'm brewing that joke. I'm going to start again.
No. We're gonna let that mellow. We're gonna let that mellow. But that actually reminds me of I went to the shop a couple of weeks ago.
Did you?
And my mum said, "Can you get 3 boxes of grapes? And if they've got strawberries, can you get 5?" Came on with 5 boxes of grapes, and she said, "Why have you come on with 5 boxes of grapes?" I went, "Well, they had strawberries."
So I got 5 boxes of grapes.
Well, when I was picking you up from work the other week as well, Joe. Well, it must have been longer than a few weeks ago actually. Because while you were working at B&Q,
while I was working at an totally unnamed hardware store.
It's fine, you've left now. I was having a little wander around while you
You're panicking. Start again.
when I was
working at a home improvement hardware store somewhere in the UK, could be any number.
Any home improvement with an orange logo.
Yeah,
store.
Not an orange logo.
Could be any logo.
I was having a wander around.
It could be Wix. It's got our name on it.
Could be Homebase.
Could be Welcome to Homebase.
Could be Screwfix.
Could be Selco. Could be Screwfix. Could be Toolstation.
But it's B&Q. So anyway, I was at B&Q in Ashton. So I had a wander around while I was waiting for you to finish because Joe likes to take his sweet time when he's finishing
What
work.
were you looking at?
I was in the tool bit and I didn't realise they had so many different sizes of spirit levels.
He was actually in the mirror section.
They do really long spirit levels.
Oh yeah, you get huge
and
ones.
short ones.
Yeah.
Anyway, someone had put
on a level though. On a level.
Right.
Right.
Someone had put stickers on them all saying wrong, and I just looked at it, I thought, this is wrong on so many levels.
Oh fuck.
I actually I was putting some boxes of screws away on the hardware aisle once. Someone just ripped a box open. They went everywhere. I went, bloody hell, mate, you've got a couple of screws loose.
I was actually quite similar. Actually, I was, I was in B&Q back in the day when they sold weapons, and I came and I came across
when they sold what? Sorry,
weapons.
Weapons.
Yeah, back in the day.
Tom just means acid.
And I came across an alphabet grenade. And I thought, if someone throws that could spell disaster.
I like that.
Right, come on, let's get back on track. Enough of the dad jokes.
I love that.
Let's have some quality content that our listeners want to listen to.
Talking about B&Q, actually, super quick. Do any of you know what B&Q stands for?
Big and queer.
Surprisingly, yes. Perfect. No, it does not stand for big and queer.
I'm not used to getting jokes like that from you.
Do you know what B&Q stands for?
It's surnames, isn't it? It's the surnames of the two people.
Oh, I have no idea. I was just asking.
Oh. Well,
it's Richard Block and David Quayle, the two men who invented and formed the company in 1969.
Brilliant.
69.
That's the sex number.
Oh. Well,
what is it, boys?
What have
we got?
Hummus bites. I fucking hate hummus.
I love hummus. Oh, I like pass hummus. Them this way. We have got.
It's a source of fibre. They're gluten-free.
Fibre, is that, Joe?
And they're suitable for vegans.
Now
let's have a look at the camera.
These are snacktastic. So Aldi's very special brand.
Is this what hummus is made out of?
They've spelled snack right.
Hummus is made from chickpeas.
Chickpea.
And chickpeas are
What's the difference between chickpeas and lentils?
And chickpeas are made from hummus bites. Hummus bites, tomato.
That's why
basil.
Dave has a lyric that's called, well, not Dave, Lil Dicky. He says, I take chickpea and smash, I call it hummus.
Nice.
It's a sick
and
lyric.
you know they're from Aldi because the barcode is all of the rear.
It's a genius idea.
It is. You can whack it through dead quick.
That's how they scan it so quick.
Would you like me to open this now?
I absolutely would.
Now, fellas, here we go. Oh, they smell nice. Oh, no.
Could this be another good bar snack?
On second thoughts, like a lot of our snacks, they smell a bit like Play-Doh.
Let me sniff it. Yeah.
They smell a bit like Play-Doh. Play-Doh? Why did everything smell like Play-Doh? What's wrong with this?
You think the darkness is your ally?
Have a snuff.
I was born in the hummus.
Laden your hands with a hummus bite. Don't eat it yet.
Fucking hell, mate. How many do you want?
One, not 5.
Innit? I've got one.
I've got one too, because we're sensible.
Yo, Jess.
It's an armadillo.
Armadillo! Are you ready? How about? Oh, yeah. Oh, we'll have a few of them.
Tastes neutral.
You can't complain.
I got a handful. They're tasty.
These are a bar snack.
Oh,
shit.
Aldi don't stock rubbish, you know?
No.
Aldi, well done once again. You know, next time I'm in there, I'm going to get hummus bites. I'm going to get a drill. I'm going to get a sledge. And I'm also going to get a small carpet that's big enough for a room the size of the Vatican City. You know.
And then don't forget some cheap booze.
Cheap booze, maybe some ski shoes. And of course, obviously, I'm not being an idiot, I'm going to get a cheese board with lots of little holes in it ready for everything. Yeah. Oh, for the first time, Katie Robinson is on the podcast. Here she is.
We can trade places.
I just realised this is staying in, Matt.
Do you want to?
This is absolute staying in.
Yeah. It's been good, guys.
Excuse me, barman, I would like the usual. A pint of 7-Up, because Dan doesn't drink. I'll have a stupid little glass of beer. And, of course, Katie Robinson. Thank you very much. Welcome. We've took a hiatus. Joe, we got bored of, so we got rid of him because it's calendar adjustment day.
Fancied someone more politically correct.
And we fancied someone who is going to add a little bit of zhuzh.
Zhuzh. Okay, so I have a segment for the podcast.
What's on
No,
your
it's not
finger?
a segment. It's a bandage. So, why has a fridge got a D in it, but refrigerator has no D?
Because you
You didn't tell me that bit. You just told me the statement and didn't tell me the D bit. Olivia!
Brilliant. I like little jokes. We've had a few dad jokes tonight.
Dad jokes.
Thank
Well,
you for
it wasn't a
bringing
dad
it up.
joke. I've gone red.
You're a little bit,
I've
man.
gone red.
Are you nervous?
Your fingers swollen.
You got us all
Does that
done
happen
there.
when you get nervous?
I'm swearing at the camera.
Don't do that.
Okay, Joe, will you come back here? I don't like this.
Jess, James, Liv, Kay, what do you think of the hummus, bites, tomato and basil? And halfway through our episode, we now have a live studio audience. Welcome along. Here we go. Yes! They were a scrumptious little snack, weren't they? And welcome back, Joe. You've materialised from nowhere.
I've just regrown my beard, guys. Don't worry.
Oh,
about it.
okay. So you just
Changed
changed.
from my black.
You let your hair down
Black
and
shirt, blue
shaved.
jeans. I changed back into my grey shorts, purple windbreaker that isn't mine, and blue t-shirt.
Okay,
I've got
right.
to ask as well. Katie then was wearing a Vans top. Is that your Vans top?
That is indeed
you
my
like
Vans
sharing
top.
clothes?
Did
you know?
Hey, no.
It's off the wall.
You should know this. Being in a relationship, you have no choice over the
No,
clothes
so-
that you share. Those clothes are in my wardrobe, in my drawer. They are under my control until Katie decides.
Yeah,
So,
wear
except
one.
the problem is, Jess is quite petite. So Jess wearing my clothes just looks like a baggy fit. Me wearing Jess's clothes does not look good.
Looks like a crop top.
Does not look good.
I reckon
you
you-
were actually able to wear Katie's tops.
well, I have previously in the episode a few ago. Anyway, now then, fellas, after that delightful and probably the first one since
the Brzezinski.
Brzezinski
Yeah.
barbecue, bacon, fritter, fry things that we've enjoyed, I would like us to move us on to our reasonably new section of shower thoughts.
Yes.
Ah, shit. I've not had any.
Now,
Well, you'd have to shower first.
That's why. Now,
Hey.
way better.
You are both unbelievably and unbearably white.
Now, my first shower thought of this week, I had multiple, but I'm only going to include 3, was that the tallest person in the world has at some point experienced being the same height as every other person in the world.
That's quite true.
Depends when they come out, doesn't it?
No, but like in terms of like from
Say they come out
conception.
at 20.
No, but from conception
Oh, yeah.
to being the tallest person in the world, at some point they are the same size of every single person in the world.
But what if they come out at like 20 years old and they're already 8 foot whatever?
But they would have still had a
I think that would have been a
gestation
painful
period.
birth.
So life begins at conception?
Life begins at whenever you want it to begin.
It's a very conservative answer,
Life
Thomas. I like
begins when you have your first pint. That
Wow.
might does.
I've not had a life.
No, you haven't.
Crazy.
Now, unless you've got any more to add, I'd like to laden you with 2 more shower thoughts.
Yeah, please feel free.
First, I'm going to sip from my stubby glass.
Actually, speaking of the tallest person in the world, if you could be any height other than the one you currently are, what height would you choose?
I think I'd be only a couple of inches taller.
Yeah.
About 5. About 5.
Five?
About.
Tom would be 5 foot.
I think I would be about 6'3", 6'4".
Yeah, okay. You just want to hit the 6 foot mark, really, wouldn't you?
I'm quite happy to just be an inch tall and then all my clothes fit and I don't have to buy new ones.
You just go up it to
No, I tell you,
5'11".
but what I can specify
you're only
is where
5'10",
I would
then.
like the extra height.
Are you chatting shit?
I would like to specify where the extra height would be. I would like the height to be my legs. I have
Okay.
very short legs.
See,
Thank you,
have
Jessica.
I have very long legs.
Oh, someone's piped up all of a sudden. Now they can chat shit
I
about my
know,
short legs.
and short body.
Would you not want to join the 6 foot club?
It's just a number, though, isn't it? It doesn't really. It's just materialistic. If you're really that bothered about your height, then okay.
Toxic
but-
masculinity.
Yeah, it is. It absolutely is.
I wouldn't say height is toxic
I
masculinity.
would say it is,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Oh, in the whole sense of masculinity of men continuously judging other men and the men having to prove themselves.
Toxic masculinity with two.
I wasn't gonna.
Don't need your little mansplanations.
I wasn't gonna explain it. I was just gonna say I don't think either of you have any idea what toxic masculinity is, but.
It's when you're concerned about being shorter than 6 foot.
We are in a culture where men feel like they continuously need the approval and proof of other men because they are continuously and thoroughly judging other men, whether it be consciously or subconsciously, which causes a culture of people who are continuously concerned of whether they're masculine enough, of how much beer they drink, how tall they are, how much they can lift, how many women they sleep with.
Exactly.
That is toxic masculinity, and height is a massive part of it. But I'm fortunate enough to be 6'1", so I don't have to fucking worry about it. Now, my second shower thought of this week was that... No,
second.
Thank you very much.
Oh, yeah.
Was that at the age of 30 or 31, around thereabouts, you've spent an entire month just living birthdays. Let that settle in. Let it marinate. Let it marinate within you.
Yeah.
Mad that. An entire month just celebrating birthdays. Yeah, it's a lot of cake in 1 month.
I don't really celebrate.
But you get
because
a cake.
You have a birthday
30
once a year.
birthdays,
Once you get to 30 birthdays, you've had 30 days in your life where you've celebrated a birthday, and that's a month.
Well, technically, actually, when you're 28.
Depending if your birthday's in February, of course.
You what, sorry?
At 31, you've celebrated any month.
Yeah, at 31, you've definitely celebrated an entire month.
60? 2 months.
2 months, exactly.
I said that. I said 28.
90,
that's still a month, isn't it?
93 months, you know, like you've had 90 consecutive days of having birthday cake and people buying you gifts.
They could have all been in one row.
But imagine doing that in one, you'd be sick and tired of it. So you can understand why someone after 90 years are kind of like, it's another birthday.
It'd get boring, wouldn't it? Yeah, it'd be boring. Christmas is boring anyway.
Have you seen the guy that celebrates Christmas every day, by the way?
I have seen him, yeah.
Posts himself a Christmas card through the door every day, has a Christmas dinner every day.
Mm-hmm. Spends an absolute fortune.
That's crazy.
'Tis the season to
He probably is as well, to be fair.
Yeah, he certainly sounds it.
Now, my final shower thought of the week, and it's very similar to things we've discussed previously about travelling at the speed of light, sound, travelling, it's slower than the speed of light.
I got it wrong again, by the way.
Etc. We've had a lot, and yes, we know that Joe got his sound travelling at room temperature wrong because he's got it wrong twice now. Anyway.
Can't believe it. Carry on.
That degree's coming in useful then.
I would just like to link off the back of those with a simple fact from Ben. Shout out, Ben.
Shout out, Ben.
Thank you very much for this one.
Shout out, Ben.
This one's for you. A telephone makes sound travel faster than the speed of sound. Because you could be on the other side of the planet in Australia, say, and ring me in Manchester. And although there may be a split-second delay, you are feeding sound.
But the sound isn't traveling.
You are feeding sound through that headset to the other side of the world almost instantly.
But once it hits your headset, it becomes data.
And then it turns back into sound.
And then turns into sound.
So at A to B, it is sound and sound. So that says that sound is travelling faster than sound when it goes through a telephone.
I overruled Tom on this one.
So do I.
It goes in as sound and it comes out as sound. I don't care what happens in between. That is what they're doing to it to make it travel faster than sound.
But it doesn't travel faster than sound.
It does.
No, it doesn't.
The sound starts in Australia.
Yeah, but then it's data.
Because don't forget,
it's ones and zeros.
That comes back out as sound.
But that sound doesn't accelerate.
Yeah, could you imagine if you were just sat on the outside of Earth listening to every single phone call in the world, right, and you could hear it all? You know, we're not Superman.
Who are you, Professor X, bro?
If I was in Australia and say I could shout loud enough so that you could hear the sound from here, it would. I don't know how long it would take, but it would be a big delay between the sound leaving my mouth.
It'd never happen, but carry on.
Entering it. But if you could, whereas a telephone, I don't care how it does it. I don't care whether it turns into data. I don't care whether it turns into kryptonite. I don't care if it turns it into a raisin that flies through the air at light speed. That sound leaves my mouth at one point and ends on the other side of the world at another point, and it travels a lot quicker than the sound would have done if I just shouted it very loud.
Well, it would be
that was my shower thought.
Literally impossible for the sound to get to the other side of the world anyway. So
it would, because the Earth's flat, and if you shout it outwards, it would just go out across the Antarctica and into nothing.
That really got him.
I would love to know if our listeners actually think we're flat earthers.
I've got a question for you guys.
Please question us away.
Before Mount Everest was discovered, what was the tallest mountain in the world?
Jessica, what is your answer to this?
Shit, she fucking... That was immediate.
Mount Everest has always been the tallest mountain. But do you know Mount Everest itself?
a little
Actually,
smile on her
technically,
face as well, gassing herself.
Technically, at one point it wasn't.
Got him.
Well, Mount Everest itself, from base to peak, isn't the tallest mountain.
Yeah, it's just
simply
above sea level,
because
isn't it?
It's the base is already so high above
Yeah.
sea level. It is massively high. There are taller mountains around the world. Some that are underwater. There are still taller mountains. It's just because they're below sea level, they're not counted as the tallest mountain above sea level. But yeah, it is what it is.
Fuck you, Mount Everest.
Yeah, Mount Everest.
Yeah, no shout out, Mount Everest. Hope you're not watching. Now, that was the last orders bell, so I think we best behave ourselves, sup up, and get home. Otherwise, we'll end up getting kicked out by that very burly bouncer behind the camera.
But just before we get kicked out,
Yes.
I'm not going to ask you for your favourite songs this week.
Oh, God. I had it as well.
I'm just.
I have my favourite song as well.
I'm just going to ask you.
I had it ready.
I'm just going to ask you to play them on the jukebox.
Play my favourite song on the jukebox.
Yeah.
I've got no money. I've got no money
to put in it. It's got, they've just turned it off. Last orders. You don't want anyone playing more music.
I will get this information.
Sorry. Anyway, cheers.
Out of
Cheers for
both of
Godden.
you.
Cheers to episode 21.